and if we can tell stories and spread them around the country where Smithfield was selling its products, that was incredibly powerful. And so we had this slogan, which is Smithfield pork is packaged with abuse. And we took Terry and Lydia and Keith and other people, and we put them on airplanes, and we drove them places, and we put them in front of church rallies and national church meetings and immigrant rights rallies. We put them in the media. We did everything, put them all over the web. And the company brand, which they spend a fortune to get their brand, you know, oh, Smithfield, I want to buy that. The reverse was sort of happening. And we found out afterwards that they had hired 5 public relation firms to counter us. And the union, we had 2 people in our office. But what we had was a story of these folks. And in the end, they were fearful that that the fortune that they had spent on their good name was going to go down, and they decided they better talk to them.
I don't think that we've ever set out a media plan. I don't know if we are there yet because we're so young, but the media that we work with consistently, we have been able to have that one-on-one time with those reporters. So we have a relationship with them. We kind of build alliance with them almost. They will let us tell them what we want them to write.
The Chinese and everybody's coming to this country, the Irish, have all faced discrimination and everything. But now they're considered American, you know, and the Latino population is going to get to be that same way. You know, they just got to stay the course, got to stick to it, continue to fight the fight, and demand your rights as human beings, you know. And just to comment on Amendment 1, you know, I was sharing earlier with people, talking about rural North Carolina. In Bladen County, North Carolina, one of the smallest ones in the state, the editor of the local paper wrote a big op-ed about them, how they won with Amendment 1, you know, that Amendment 1 was passed and all this. And so I wrote him a letter back, and he published it. And I asked him, I said, what are you celebrating? What was your win? You know, did the roads in North Carolina and Bladen County improve? Did the teachers' pay increase? Did my grandmother's medical costs get reduced? You know, what did you win? All this money, all this effort that I've seen spent on this, what changed? You know, so when you guys say you won, you really did. Because you made them spend so much money and energy and brought such a focus to it. You know, and a lot of people don't realize Dr. King spent many, many years on the civil rights fight. Seeds have to be planted. They have to be watered. And it has to grow. And then it has to be harvested. So your seeds are in the ground and your seeds are going to blossom.
We need to all stick together because we're all looking for a better community for ourselves. And if we stick together, we're going to unite and we're going to defeat everything we want. And that's what
You know, there's a lot of the management and the upper, higher paying jobs were Caucasian. And so, you know, a lot of times when I approach people, you know, they're kind of like, you know, looking at me sideways, you know. But, you know, one of the ways I found, you know, no matter what tactics the company uses, and I don't want to offend anybody, but everybody's got a bullshit meter, right? And if you talk to people enough, they'll know if you believe in what you're talking about, you know, or their bullshit meter will go off, you know. So no matter what tactics the company used, you know, and of course there's always going to be people that are going to sell out. You know, I mean, that's a choice that people have to make, you know, but every day I have to get up and look at my mirror, at myself, you know, and so that's one of the things that kept me going, is that, you know, I'm never going to sell out because I know the consequences of that and how it hurts our movement and it hurts everybody and everything. But yeah, the companies and people will always use tactics, they'll always use people, you know, within our own groups to try and divide us or break us up. But we've got to find that commonality to stick together and stick to the fight.
And when you got to the board of directors, where the bosses really were, where the decisions were really made, and we finally busted into that meeting, and Terry led a delegation of workers and ministers. I think you were in the room that time. And that's a group of white people, for the most part. So sometimes they sort of will find somebody to put in the front, but I think that, that we sort of opened the curtain and look what was behind the curtain.
This was one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard in my life, and as a reminder, I think, to all of us, my name is Monona. I have a strange job helping to give away money. It's not always so grounded in as close to the community as you are, but occasionally we do get to really feel completely human, which I think this panel helped us all do. So the thing that I heard in every story was that when people lose their fear, when ordinary people lose their fear, that's the force that changes the world. And last year we were really lucky that some friends of ours started a small prize for ordinary people who have shown extraordinary courage on behalf of immigrants and refugees. So the back of the poster is 15 stories, white, African-American, Latino, Asian, all over the country. Some Republicans, some Democrats, some people who are, many people who are undocumented, a lot of queer people. And so we hope you take this poster home, put it on wherever you can see it daily, and remember that our struggle is a lot bigger than immigrant rights. And we've just been shown the way forward, how to find that path.